Here's a big week. Everyone's waiting on the Fed. Most people think that the dollar's going to really break down hard on the Fed. I have a little bit of a contrarian view here. Uh, Euro's up 33. It's going to have a big test about 2030 higher, but I'm going to be attempting longs down here. 96.90, 9700. If we sell off into that range, either before or after. I'm thinking it might even happen before. The tough trade. Everyone's waiting to sell anything after the Fed. I'm thinking that there could be a disappointment in the urgency to continue to cut after this, which could make the market disappointed as they've gotten ahead of themselves. And it's not just an opinion. But if you recall, I've been looking for 4% yield on the 10-year for quite some time, and we hit it last week. I'm not saying that we can't retest it, maybe take it out by a little bit, but to me, I think we're getting near a floor here on the 4% level. TLT looks like we're on our way for some type of third drive up here. Of course, this breakout measures up to about 93 and a half. So, uh, we could rally into the Fed or peek into it. I just temper my bullishness in the bonds by the fact that we might be basing out here at 4% yields, which also would be part of the case of the dollar putting in a turn before it breaks down to new lows. So, if we could get long around this 97 area here, let me just adjust this. We can just risk the low of the move. Okay, so here's the low of the move right here at 96.37. So we could have the potential to get long here with the whole world bearish a dollar, which will have it reinforced by the Fed embarking on some type of easing strategy, which is quite rare with the markets near all-time highs. Doesn't happen a lot in history. It's my guess that we're going to be putting in some type of low. I'm going to try it here, and I'll be wrong on new lows for the move. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. The yen is still weak. Maybe we still have this 145 level in the yen. That would argue for my belief that 4% yields are going to be a floor, that there's another floor underneath it. So, to me, this is a guess, but my guess would be lower, maybe a little bit lower. I don't know if the 45 level is coming anymore. I don't have a lot of conviction on that. So I'm so short Canada as well. And that's really not giving up the ghost, although it did stop at 78.6 here. And we're short from the 50-60 area in here. So you could have 30 partials if you wanted to take it. And I'll probably hold this through the Fed. We start taking out 38, we're going to take this out. And actually, I'm not looking for new lows in Canada either. Maybe we trade down to the mid 36s, take this low out, and it'll be a buy. All right, let's address the metals here. The gold is on the move, which also supports the potential if the gold silver ratio is turning here, putting in a higher low. It does correlate with the dollar. So far that is happening. Are we going to just blow to new highs in the gold? The RSI would diverge if that happened, and we did have confirmed highs here on the daily. I mean, the momentum is just unbelievable. I don't think it's a great idea to add new money up here. I don't think it's a great idea unless you're a professional to try and trade a counter trend, but at new highs, and last week's highs were 75. I was looking for 36.80. Maybe that's going to happen, or a failing rally. Silver's really kind of dragging today. And we do have divergence on the 4 hour, pretty good divergence. This 41.5 level is going to be very important for it to hold because if it doesn't, I think we could see 39 and maybe eventually 34. So I don't want to upset the $100 bulls in here, but my contrarian stances are across the board. Everyone's bearish a dollar. I'm looking for a buy. Everyone's bullish the metals. I'm looking for a correction. Everyone's bullish S&Ps. It's clear sailing in S&Ps. And here we are at new highs right now. You could wait for this wedge line to be tested and taken out for a sell signal. I actually tried it this morning because I thought maybe the toughest trade would be trying to short anything in front of the Fed because everyone's waiting for after the Fed to do something. So we'll see. Otherwise, we're going to 660 to 6,700 on a melt up, and that would be a sell to me too. Want to get to the energy sector. USO looked like it was on its back heels Friday. We had this reversal after the tariff news on with China and Mexico, and we start getting through the 75 level. It's going to look pretty good. And as I said, Nat Gas was correcting. We corrected 50%, not quite 61.8 yet. It's still good, but this is behaving well. We had a nice run, and now this is where the rubber meets the road. I'm still bullish. I think that we could head up towards 335, 340. Um, I think this is a bottom. And let's look at NVIDIA came in lower. I think they're trying to turn it. Let's take a quick look at NVIDIA. Yeah, they're trying to turn it. Okay. And we'll see what happens. Uber looks like we're going to make a new high here over 97. Grains still look good. I'd say the contrarian trade is let's see what Euro can do if we could take out the 1830 level. If we fall short, which is kind of acting like that's a possibility, we are getting some sell-offs from the upper 17s. So as long as we don't take out 1830, there's a chance we're topping in here. And if the Dixie gets to 97 or so, that'd be another 40. So maybe we could see 118, or perhaps the pound's going to take the lead. And Aussie did reach weekly moving average resistance, like I said it would. And I think there's a chance that this rally in Bitcoin may also have terminated here and that we have a failing rally here that could take us down back towards 103, 100. So a lot of things on my plate, a lot of things on your plate. Be careful. Don't go all in front of a Fed meeting. But my feeling is that with the yields where they are got to, that's already achieved, that a lot of what the Fed has done is already in the market. And in fact, the market with its dot plots may have gotten ahead of itself. So that's a wrap. I'll see you in the room. I've been posting things in the room and we'll continue to do so this week. It's going to be a pretty important week. In fact, the next going into the end of the month is important because we have the change of seasons. We have an eclipse coming up next week with the equinox. So there's a lot of things happening. The Fed this week, and then astronomical things and season change. And sometimes when the season changes, the season in the market can also change. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Good hunting.